Everyone, I am Dr. Zarunisha, Assistant Professor at Ramanujan College, University of Delhi. The title of my lecture is Cyber Feminism and the Future of Technology Theory and Practice. In this video lecture, I am going to explore few significant questions related to cyber feminism and its futuristic approach toward technology and women itself. These questions are: what cyber feminism is? Why do we need cyber feminism? What is the agenda of cyber feminism, its historical emergence, and relevant remarks? What are the social, cultural, and economic barriers women have to face in order to access cyberspace or internet? What are the preventive measures we can take in order to promote women's participation and contribution in World Web and many more? So let's begin with the question, what is cyber feminism? It is a branch of feminism, an ideology and movement which has emerged from third wave feminism. It primarily discusses the relationship between cyberculture, which can be defined as cyberspace, internet, information technology, and women. It is also understood and used as a philosophical ideology, methodology, and community of women who advocate rights to cyberspace for women. Basically, the participants or member of this group are primarily young techno-savvy white women or girls in Western society. Now it is getting popularity in Asia and especially in India also. Middle class women who are interested in technological exploration. Now, the next question is, or why women lack technological participation, and why do we want cyber feminism, as we already have feminism who talk about women's right at public platform and raise voices against gender discrimination. To answer this question, we need to analyze women's situation in our society. As we all know and encounter that women are seen as a second sex or inferior being of society. There are many gender stereotypes are attached to her, such as firstly she belongs to kitchen, children and family, which is a primary step towards her immanence. Similarly, biological prejudices are also attached to her, such as her body is designed in such a way to bear children and taking care of family and child itself. Her brain is not competent to learn subjects as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which are also known as STEM. This is one of the reasons they have less representation in these areas and IT sectors. Additionally, there are more reasons to show their lack of representation in such areas, like they continuously face sexual harassment, sexist remarks, gender discrimination, less job opportunities, unequal pay in comparison to men, discrimination in promotion as well. It also observed that women who contributed in these areas, their contribution and participations are not acknowledged or sometimes overlooked. Apart from that, there are many obstacles women have to face at cyberspace, such as in social networking and media, they are continuously encounter hate speeches and remarks. There are a lot of trolling against women. They face violence and sometimes death threats on internet. Their bodily imageries are changed according to the male interest. Similarly, their bodily imageries are overly sexualized. Pornography is rampant on internet in which women are objectified and serve the purpose of male gaze. They themselves are not that much techno savvy, or you can say techno friendly. They lack necessary technological knowledge and skill to protect themselves from such situation. Cyber feminism or cyber feminist realize such problems women face and try to confront it in its own way. Firstly, they raise voice against the social construction of women, their essentialization as family being only. They also raise voice against all kind of technological injustices, unequal treatment women face in society and on cyberspace. They reject traditional gender construction of technology, as we all know that technology is not a neutral tool, it is socially constructed phenomena regulated by patriarchal ideology and people like that. Cyber feminists advocate women technological empowerment and their influence on cyber world as an equal member. They further encourage women to enter into IT sector and enroll themselves in technological courses such as STEM. They primarily emphasis on changing society's mindset, or primarily you can say patriarchal mindset, because without this all efforts become futile. In order to ensure women's participation in cyberspace, they try to uncover the negative impacts of gender discrimination in in internet. They call upon all women around the world to come together and show their solidarity and sisterhood in this problem. Simultaneously, they suggest separate funds and scholarship for women's education. They also organizing continuously various workshops, conferences and seminars to educate them and make them aware regarding their status in cyberspace or on cyberspace. Not only this, they also encourage scholars to do research and produce scholarly work related to technology and women's participations, their issues they are facing today. In their point of view, this is the only way they can generate awareness, be able to establish conducive environment for women's holistic development. In this way, their main agenda is to show our presence on internet, our perception and understanding towards the world through electronic media, which can also be put in these words that to insert women bodily fluids and political consciousness into electronic space. After discussing the background of cyberfeminism, now let's come to the conceptual understanding of the term. As you know, it is the composition of two words cyber that designates technology, world web, internet, cyberspace, and feminism refers to the ideology movement related to women and women related problems. In this way, cyberfeminism is an ideology talk about women's status on cyberspace. Kennedy has further defined this as a concept. It covers feminist simulation of technology, most literally through debates about power, identity, and autonomy, and the role of new technologies in the transformation of these characteristics. It thus considers the role of women in a new technological industry such as the World Wide Web and the Internet. In this way, cyber feminism refers to feminisms. It means there are many feminism perform on or performance on cyberspace. They think that internet is a strong platform where they can claim their power and authority through the use of internet itself. This purpose can be fulfilled by the use of social media, information technology, and World Web in general. Cyber feminists trying to emphasize on the point that women's participation and engagement on cyberspace is crucial for their own emancipation. Otherwise, they will be fixed within their own immanence, or you can say imagery of good mothers, housewife, daughters, and sister, etc. only. This separation from cyberspace also create a kind of digital divide in a society among male and female. Male are more techno savvy, as we know, than female. That is also one of the agenda feminist feminists have to reduce this divide. In doing so, they have to reconceptualize, revisit, and interrogate all pervasive ideas, theories, ideologies related to these areas. There are two kinds of cyber feminism. First can be said by positive cyber feminism. They believe that technology is the choice providing and liberating tool in women's hand which they can be used to free themselves from all kinds of boundary. They are getting job opportunities and exploring new possibility for themselves with the help of this platform. Not only this, but due to social media or networking sites, they are connecting worldwide and making new connection. Contrary to this view, other cohort of feminists can be called as negative cyber feminists indicate that we should not be forgetting that cyberspace is the male dominated, male culture oriented area. Majority of men of are majority of male are the customer and producers of these products such as Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and so on. They define women from the patriarchal perspective and see them as an object or inferior to them. Due to this vision, they mean men themselves are imaging or imagining into machine, or men themselves are turning into machine. Take the example of male robots and image of female robot. She is designed just according to male design or male desire. Now let's talk about bit historical emergence of cyber feminism. Cyber feminism emerged as a movement in 1992 in primarily four places and spread all over the world later on. In Canada, Nancy Peterson wrote an article Cyber Feminism. In Australia, VNS Matrix, Josephine Starrer, Julian Pierce, Francesca Di Rimini, Virginia Bater are the flag bearer of cyber feminism. In United States, we have Sadie Plant, who is a very important and significant feminist in the area of cyber feminism. In United States, we have another very important philosopher, or you can say feminist, Donna Haraway. It is evident that the term cyber feminism was first coined and formulated by British culture theorist Sadie Plank in 1994. She has described the work of feminism in theorizing, critiquing, and exploring the internet and its resources on cyber's platform. She was keen to defining the feminizing influence of technology on internet space of Western society and its habitants. In her writing, she attempted to understand how masculine culture influences work on technology and affects women. She realized that women's less participation in these areas is dangerous. To overcome such situation, they have to participate in large number. She also encouraged research and scholarship in these areas because these are the areas are still unexplored. showing the similarity between women and technology. She says that women are naturally suited to use the internet because women and the internet are similar in nature. Both are non-linear, non-replicating systems concerned with making connection. So, according to you can say Sadie Planck, it is more conducive for women to enter into this technological field rather than men. Donna Haraway is another very significant thinker or cyber feminist we need to talk about. She has introduced the word cyborg, which hypothesizes the possibility of machine oriented humans in future. In her seminal work Cyborg Manifesto, she warned humanity from the danger of human turning into machine, which has a deleterious effect on women, like they are the more marginalized than other groups of the society. Due to the creation of autonomous machine can overpower or dominate human species as well. This is the possibility she has stated. Thus, we need to take some precautions for that. Like women should technologically and politically active, educated, and proficient. Donna explained that now it is high time to change our social perception that technology is a boy's thing. Women should come forward and become aware and confront their technological challenges and issues. They should also show their presence on cyber world and actively participate in that. In this way, Donna strongly advocates women's equal participation on internet and cyber platform and encourage women to raise voices against discriminations happens in their field or happen with them. There is an Indian feminist also, Neelam Kumar, who is constantly writing about cyber feminism or issues related to cyberspace women are facing. In her work Gender and Stratification in Science, she discusses the women's technological situation in India. She illustrated the Indian societal condition and mindset in terms of women's confinement in domestic or private space and their subjugated status in society. They have less entry in science or any technological institution. Society or social mindset of Indian people also play an important role in this, as sons are more demanding over daughters. Apart from that, globalization, speedy privatization, and economic gap prevalent in India further create hindrance for women's getting education. In order to state all such women related issues in terms of cyberspace or internet, in 1997 the first international cyber feminist conference happened in Germany, where feminists all around the world gathered together to discuss and define how gender or culture free technology and its uses is possible. They also discuss what cyberfeminism is not. In doing so, they have identified and drafted 100 antitheses that present what cyberfeminism is not. They have further discussed the deleterious impact of technology on identities, bodies, and culture, which is also known as Old Boys Club. These feminists are against all kind of sexual binary, classification, stratification, intersectionality pervasive in all kind of societies. In this regard, we can mention Jennifer Brayton's quotation where she says that cyberfeminism takes feminism as its starting point and turn its focus upon contemporary technologies, exploring the intersections between gender identities, body, culture, and technology. Now, at the end of this lecture, I must say that although such kind of steps are significant to generate awareness, but we need to continuously work and take important measure in this regard, such as providing equal technological opportunities to women. Government should also take initiative, and their initiatives are very important in providing fellowship schemes, cybersecurity to women. Next, promoting technological research and education and conducting all kind of workshop conferences related to that. Encouraging women to enter into STEM institution like in sciences, technology, engineering and mathematics. Presenting global solidarity, and taking strong legal action against gender discrimination, hate remarks on cyber platform. Apart from that, following egalitarian technological approach on cyber platform, creating gender neutral software and women friendly technological system can also be helpful in this regard. Inspiring women to learn technological skills and get technological education. Changing social mindset towards women in relation to STEM is also very important step towards it. And the last but not the least, surfacing of digital space is also very important so that people cannot misuse it. Increase of female influence and female participation on internet is also very important step towards the egalitarian approach in this area. Thank you.